Hello everybody. This is Darshak. Today we are going to present our project attendance using face recognition, which it is as part of the machine learning specialization practicum. We are a team of 4 members. Let me introduce other team members: Saraswati, Shanwas, and Praveen. The primary goal of this project is to make a face recognition model that captures the people's faces and registers their attendance at the entrance to allow them into to the office, college, or school. Let me explain more clearly about this project. When a person came in front of a camera at the entrance, it captures the image of the person. Then the model extracts the features from that image and performs the encoding on that image and generates a 128 dimensional vector. And after that, these encodings are used to perform face verification and recognition. And after that, the model verifies the picture person in the picture as authorized. It allows the person in, and that's all. And the model considers an attendance for that person. And the technologies we have used in this project were MobileNet, MTCNN, Keras, and TensorFlow. Now let me tell about my contribution in this project. I have worked on this project, to make face verification and recognition of the captured image of the person in front of the camera. Okay. Now let me explain about what is the difference between face verification and face recognition. Face verification tells us the is the claimed person or not. Mostly this face verification is used at the airports, which is used to scan photo on the passport with the person carrying it. If the person and the photo on the passport matches, the system allows the person in. The face verification is a 1:1 matching problem. And coming to face recognition, this tells us who is this person. This is mostly used at the entrance of the office to allow only the authorized persons into the building. Mm. What I have worked mainly in this project means we find the encodings of the captured image, as I previously said, and we use that encodings, and that encoding we looped over. I have looped over the database dictionary of the names and encodings and find the nearest encoding for the captured image in from to the database image of the encodings, and the difference between those two encodings under the specified threshold, the model will say that there is a match for the person who is in front of the camera, and say that he is an authorized person, and he allows him in, and that's it. I have worked on this, and the model will allow the person in and take the considers an attendance for that person. And then Shanwas will explain about encodings and how it calculates in more detail. That's it. And now Praveen will explain about the technologies in detail that we have used in this project with more explanation. And finally, Saraswati will take show you the show you the demo of the project, of the entire project that we have worked on. Thank you. Praveen will continue this rest of the part.
Hi, my name is Praveen Reddy. The technologies we used in this project are convolution neural networks, mobile nets, MTCNN, Keras and TensorFlow. Coming to convolution neural networks. A convolution neural network is a neural network that has one or more convolutional layers and are used mainly for image processing, classification, and also for other autocorrelated data. Face recognition is achieved using deep learning subfield, that is convolution neural network. It is a multi-layer network and Transferring of data using CNN model is more easy with the help of AlexNet, which is done for facial recognition. This convolution neural networks provides us 98.5% accuracy. Face recognition will become more easy with the help of convolution neural networks. Transfer learning of trained CNN model with the help of AlexNet will make us more simplified way of classifying the data. And coming to the next technology we used in this project is mobile nets. Mobile nets is a neural network which is based on streamline architecture and is built by using deep separable convolutions. And in this deep separable convolutions there will be depth wise convolution, point wise convolution, depth wise separable convolution, which we have made in the project, and it significantly reduces the number of parameters when compared to the network with regular convolutions with the same depth in the nets. This actually results in lightweight deep neural networks. The original face network is relatively very complex, so when FaceNet performs face recognition, in order to achieve a certain degree of accuracy, the network will be relatively complex. That's the reason we use this mobile net concept. And this mobile net proposes a high performance architecture with parameters which can make the model more smaller and the calculation much faster. It is very practical for face recognition systems in order to be deployed on the mobile terminal without affecting the accuracy of face recognition. This project uses MobileNet to replace GoogleNet and proposes a fast FaceNet model based on MobileNet in order to improve the practicality of FaceNet. Coming to the next technology we used in this project is MTCNN. MTCNN is nothing but multitask cascaded convolution neural network. It is a neural network which detects faces and facial landmarks on the images. MTCNN is one of the most popular and most accurate face detection tools ever used today. MTCNN is a framework which is developed as a solution for both face detection and face alignment. The process consists of three stages like PNet, ORNet and WONet, which we implemented in this project. And MTCNN is a Python pip library written by GitHub user IPAC. MTCNN is available as a pip package, meaning we can easily install it using the command like pip install MTCNN. This MTCNN process consists of different convolution stages with different networks that will be able to recognize faces and landmark locations such as eyes, nose and mouth. So this MTCNN will be used in this project in order to recognize the face landmarks. Coming to the next technology we used is Keras and TensorFlow. Keras and TensorFlow. Keras is a powerful and easy to use free open source Python library for developing and evaluating deep learning models. It wraps the efficient numerical computation libraries like TensorFlows and allows us to define and train neural network models in just few lines of code. Keras provides high-level APIs, whereas TensorFlow provides both high-level and low-level APIs. TensorFlow is an open-sourced end-to-end platform. It is like a library for multiple machine learning tasks, where Keras is a high-level neural network library that runs on top of the TensorFlow.
So, hello everyone. Thanks for the heads up, Praveen. So, this is regarding about my attendance using face recognition about the workflow of the FaceNet and the triplet cross. So, what is FaceNet? So, it's a deep neural network used for studying features for an image of a person's face, as you see in the image here, how it's being extracted into simpler forms and being vectorized into 120 dimensional. So, how does it work, as you may ask? So taking an image of the person's face as input and outputs of a vector of 128 numbers, which represents the most features of that face of that nodal points from chin to forehead. So basically, FaceNet takes the person's face and compresses it into a vector of 128, as you see here actually. So next, what's a FaceNet happens in the 2D dimensional Cartesian product. So I mean the Cartesian coordinate system. What I meant is, so here the vectors are being intermediate as points as a vector coordinate system, which means we can plot the image of the face in the coordinate using its embedding. So it's in 2D dimensional because for our simplicity, unlike in 120, we can visualize in 2D. As in 2D, it's simple to visualize, but in 120 dimension, we can visualize in a 2D format. So here in the FaceNet, how the possible of unseen images, like you see here how the images have been seen formulated between the distance between them and matching with the other images. As you see here shown the green color for matching with the other data set and being matched with the other data set as red. So to calculate distance known people in the face are very close enough to the embedding of person. We can say that imaging contents of the faces are the particular person name because it's a trained data which contents are having, so we can say the person name by the image is there. So that's the main key point I want to say here. So one way I mean next is actually next how does the FaceNet knows how to extract the image and what to do with these numbers in this MP even mean actually. So as you see here how the image is being scattered around there. So to train the FaceNet we needed a lot of images actually. So to keep these things simple, we assume that we only have a couple of images from two people. So we'll match with two people's image and broadly apply it for all the different images of the same logic if the images are match it with the nearest point of the view. So the FaceNet generates random vector for every image scattered around when plotted in the 2D dimensional. So here when the here triple loss comes into picture, like a FaceNet knows how to select the random anchor image, and the anchor image if it is same person, it will clearly show the positive sign of the example, and if it is a negative, it will show the negative sign. So adjusting with the FaceNet whether it's positive, if it is color, then it is negative example. So if we repeat until there are no changes to be done, and all the faces are the same are close to each other and far from the others. So the method of learning with anchor positive negative is called as triplet loss. So as you see here in this format, you see that this image has been anchored with that particular the image as a positive, and it shows a negative which with the plotted and we are drawing by, and taking the other image and how it is being continued with the other images. So as you see, as I said, this is shown here how it is called in the training data of even as the male images and the female image. So and let me say what happening during the training process. So this ameba will be also familiar with, that is which is close to each other. So as you see here, so as I show here, which is going to show, and whatever the negative positive, the positive image is closer, it will take and combine with as one block of image. So here I have the keyword of the person with separate and the FaceNet is trying out many different operations during until it finds the one which works with the best, and this same thing will happen for even for the 1,000 images. That's what we're saying in the previous slide. So this is here behind the numbers are very better, which means even the image vectors which we saw before will be hidden in this values. So even the distance between our features of our face, like from the top to bottom, that is from the forehead to the up to the down of the chin, we'll be having our face, nose, everything, whatever is present on our face will be calculated in the form of vectors. That's what I meant to say here in the format. So coming to the implementation part, so we have taken 96 by 96 dimensional RGB images for as input. So as I have both for the patch of phase as a tensor of the shape. So as a 120 the previous slides, how we be able to manufacture the feature of the end and then coating of the same phase in the similar phases and different image for different images. So here the Laplace walk function tries to push those angles into two images of the same person. As I said before, how training will turn the images are close to each other. Here in the block and the separate the block with the other images which are identical with the other face. So that's the what 4 point is. And the mathematical function of the plus cost function has been explained here how the positive is there. So a of I, b of I, there is an anchoring point and the positive point of I and the negative point of I. As you see the anchor point of view here, the functionality how it changes for at least least margin. That is the max of z of 0. So the rest notation. So the term 1 will be square between the anchor depth, which is a positive triplet, which we want to be small for this project, and the term 2 square distance between the and the 2 for a given trapezoid. So we want this to be related to the rest, so that the makes us minus sign to be representing point of the previous images, which is trained with the other images to be trained and matched also. So an alpha is called margin here. So as you see in the alpha here, so there is alpha is called margin. So it's a hyperparameter that should pick manually for how much you want. So we can use the alpha equal pointer. Most implementations also known as the encoding vectors to have norm to equal to 1. So that is f of image equal to 1. So that is the our images point which is equal to almost equal to 1, which is near, which is farther. So that is images between the eyes and ears. So that's been calculated, which is equal. So we do not worry at this point because those have been incorporated under the image function. So that's what I'm trying to say here. So that's it, and the remaining part will be explained by Saraswati and will be given demo at the end by Saraswati. Thank you.
I am Saraswati. My contribution in this project implementing face recognition in real life by using technologies. After recognizing the face, the attendance should be marked in Excel sheet. All these technologies are briefly explained by my teammate. Now I am going to explain their uses and how I implemented in my project, in our project. While recognizing the face, facial features plays an important role. So while I'm building or training a model, I have gone through two problems. One is face accuracy, another is time taking. Actually, face recognition model training takes a lot of time for training the weights. So to get rid of this problem, I used mobile nets. It's a 2D layer network. By using mobile nets, all the features extracted by this model is similar. So it takes less time to train the model again and again. So after training the model, accuracy is better and predictions have been improved by using the mobile nets. This is block diagram of mobile nets. These has been explained by my teammate, and those layers, there are two layers, deep wise and point wise. So by this accuracy and time taking has been decreased, those two layers. Coming another new technology is anti-CNN. By using this anti-CNN, face recognition can be done very easily. That recognizes the identities of human faces very fastly compared to computer vision. In computer vision, machine recognition of human faces was very slow and the accuracy was very lower than the manual recognition. So that's the reason I have chosen anti-CNN. It's a 3-layer network, that is PNet, RNet, ONet. The face will pass through all these networks and gives correct accuracy, and face recognition can be done very fastly compared to computer vision. Now we are going through how I implemented our project. After running our project, this is going to be open. Here there are two boxes. One is already registered, another is registrations, who has to register, who want to register. So I have already I'm going to view the demo how it is going to be work. Already have registered, total level registers have been done. So now I'm going to done 12th registration, that is new, Ramya, and here it is going to take the images, that is training the model. it's how it is going to be taking the images. It's already taken my images. Now I'm going to save my profile with password. For every registration it has to be saved with password. Now I'm going to click. Now this is how it is going to be work, because in my database already my face is present, so it will throw an error. Let me show. These are the face readings. It is like this. Photos are going to be collected. Actually it is not, it is a training the model. After training the model, in this we are going to train the model by passing through the networks. I already said that we are going to use mobile nets. After passing through this network, we are going to get the plot. This is the plot we are going to observe after building the model. Here we are training loss and training accuracy we are going to observe. For registration, I am maintaining one file, that is student details. All the student details will be entered into this Excel sheet while register. If any new person registered, all those details will be entered into student details. I will show that Excel sheet. This is the Excel sheet where while registering some person, all those details will be entered into this Excel sheet. Another is after registering, if any person want to take attendance, I will show. If any person want to take attendance, they has to click on the take attendance. It is going to show us, because I have already trained with my my face, so it's showing Saru because in database it is already present. It will recognize and it will stop. That will be marked here with time. Here it will show and it will be marked in here also. See, 18/6/2021. I will show it. My name is marked on here. It is marked with time. So this is how our project is going to be work. If we want to quit, it will quit, and if we start again, it will run. This is all about our project. Thank you.